Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to do in this video is we are going to look at all of the router gateway options that Ubiquiti provides under the UniFi line, because there's a lot, and we've run into this quite a bit where people don't exactly know which gateway they want to buy or which one maybe they should buy. And there's so many options. Let's just hop over to the Ubiquiti store and look at how Ubiquiti breaks this down and talk a little bit about that. So we're over here at the store, and when you go to the store, and they keep changing, the links at the top, right? So Cloud Gateways has stayed the same, but if you want to get to the gateways that are not cloud consoles, so you got to also look at the wording on this, you now have to go to advanced hosting. So Ubiquiti for UniFi has two different types of consoles. They have cloud consoles, and then they have regular gateways. And the main difference at the top, there's a lot of other differences that we're going to kind of look at here, but the main difference is if you have a cloud console, it runs the UniFi controller. If you have a gateway, just a standard gateway, you have to either have it bound to a cloud key, a self-hosted controller, the Ubiquiti official UniFi hosting, or another cloud-hosted UniFi controller. Or you can run yours on a Synology dock or whatever. The point is you have to join the standard gateways, which we have here. We'll go over these here in just a minute. You have to join these to a controller of some type. It does not run the controller itself. So if you're an MSP, or if you're a company and you run your own controller, if you use the Ubiquiti official UniFi hosting, or you have cloud keys or whatever, these are the gateways that you can adopt to a third-party controller. That's what I'm going to call it, whether it's, like I said, a cloud key, whether it's the official hosting, whether it's something you're running on Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever. You've downloaded the UniFi Network Application and you are not running it on the hardware. So with that, you have about four choices here at this point. You've got the UniFi Gateway Enterprise coming in at $2,000, which is a 25 gig gateway that can do 12.5 gig IDS, IPS. It has, you can do redundancy with this. You've got the Gateway Lite coming in at $129. The Gateway Max at $199. That's the 2.5 gig gateway. You've got the UXG Pro, the Gateway Pro, which is the 10 gig for $499. Now, you can do the official UniFi hosting for this, and all of your UniFi switches and access points can also be adopted to this. Now, you're going to notice that none of these run talk, access, protect, any of the other things, right? You use these devices strictly with the UniFi Network Application. You've got the Cloud Key Plus that comes now with an SSD built in for $249. You've got this big, huge Cloud Key Enterprise for $5,000. That's a rack-mounted server. Or you've got the official UniFi hosting, or you can download the UniFi Network Application for Windows, Linux, or Mac and host that yourself. If you've got some of the older cloud keys, they still work just fine, except for that Gen 1, the little white ones. Don't use those. In fact, I don't even think you can update those to the latest. So if you're joining the gateway to a controller, you have four choices at this point of gateways. The USGs, the old ones, if you're running those, you need to replace those. These are your current four options. Now, if you're looking for more, if you want to run protect, if you want to run talk, if you want to run access, if you want to run all of those apps, you can get a cloud gateway, which is what these devices are. And you can see that you've got a lot more options for cloud gateways. Now, these run the network application on this hardware. So there's no third-party UniFi Network Application server needed. And some of these also run protect, access, and we'll take a look at that here in just a second. So you've got the big boy, the Enterprise Fortress Gateway, which is that 25 gig. And you'll notice there is some hardware parity between gateways and cloud consoles, and these are the cloud consoles. So you've got the Enterprise Fortress Gateway, you've got the UDM Pro, the UDM Pro Max, the UDM SE, the Cloud Gateway Max, the Cloud Gateway Ultra, the UniFi Express, the UniFi Dreamwall, and the UniFi Dream router. So you have a lot of different choices of hardware here. And if we take a look at one of these, for example, so the Cloud Gateway Max, this can run, if we go to the capacity calculator, and we want to turn on protect, talk, and access, right? So this little gateway for 199 bucks, and you're going to have to put storage in it if you want to run something else. So now we're at 279 bucks, but you can run, where did our capacity calculator go? So now you can run protect, talk, and access if you want to, all on the same device. So we'll bump up some of the cameras here. We'll do HD cameras. We'll do 5 access points. We'll do VPN, security detections, ad blocking, QoS, and then we'll do 4 doors, right? So with this device for 279 bucks, you can run all these things with 512 gigs. You can get 2 days, and you're going to be running at 80% resources, right? So you want to make sure before you choose a cloud console that you come in and you look at the capacity calculator to make sure that you are buying the right device. So we have a lot of choices for gateways, and then if you're an ISP, there's a whole other product line. But I think UniFi, as far as the gateways go, now we can run BGP, OSPF, we can disable NAT for subnets. I think if you bought one of the high-end ones, you could probably replace an edge router with a UniFi gateway. Now you'd be looking at 2 different management platforms. And to add more confusion to this, the UniFi Network Application that runs on the cloud consoles that manage the firewall and the router, you don't have to manage your switches and access points with that on the network app. You can actually point those to another server. But then if you make VLAN changes or whatever, you got to do it in 2 spots. So we always recommend that if you're going to get a cloud console, that it manages your switches and your access points and your devices instead of trying to split it up between different controllers. So you've got a lot of choices, and we've been having this conversation a lot. So I hope this kind of clears it up. And they, like I said, they keep changing the heading here on the store. Now just the gateways, the 4 options you have for just standalone gateways that have to be adopted to a third-party network application server, whether it's a Cloud Key, the official UniFi hosting, or your own UniFi server, UniFi Network Application server, or another third party. You only have 4 choices there, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 choices currently for cloud consoles. That's one of the big differences is, where is the network application that is managing the actual gateway itself and your devices. So, and remember that the cloud consoles can run the other network applications, except for, I don't know that the Express can run. The Express only runs the network application. We have run into some trouble with these when we've pushed lots of data through these. If you're going to use it as an access point, or if you're going to use it in a small network, it'll probably work just fine. But we were pushing a lot of information. It was a remote site where we were running replications from NASs through, and it kind of freaked out, and so we had to replace it with a little step up higher on the food chain there as far as gateways go. But if you've got any questions about this, I know that with as many products as they've got coming out, with the way that they update the website, that it can be confusing, right? So if you've got questions, you can comment here, or you can reach out at our website. So, and I'll pull that information up here in just a second. But if you like this video and I didn't make this any more confusing, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links are down below, along with affiliate links, a Patreon link. And if you need IT consulting because you need to redo your network, whether it's just the networking portion, if you need voice over IP, storage, security, all those things, head on over to williehow.com, fill out the contact form that's right there on the front page, and someone will be in touch with you as soon as possible. If you'd like to talk about the plethora of choices that we have for gateways, head on over to community.williehow.com and join the conversation. I'm going to do another video this week that looks at another vendor that we use that you may know as Grandstream, because they also have a similar, it's not really a similar nomenclature, but they also have a good selection of products. And so I want to make sure people know what is what there as well. So once again, I'm Willie. I want to thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.